يابس. والسلام عليكم. يا سيدي قدر ما تمنيت. السلام عليكم. Today I wanted to talk. سمعي. Today I wanted to talk about how God made this universe. How God made this universe using the basic concept of electricity, basically. And that's the subject today. But before we speak about how God made this world using the concept of electricity, using the basic concept of electricity, I'm going to speak about the subject in general, basically. Otherwise, it will take us, it will take me 1,000 years to explain it. But I'm going to try to resume the subject to make it clear for the viewers and the listeners and my subscribers as well, to explain this subject. But before before we start discussing the subject, I need to explain to the viewers or to the listeners the basic of electricity. Then we can speak about how God used this basic concept of electricity to build this, our universe. So in the basic of electricity, to have a constant, a constant flow of energy that feeds, energy, or, that feed universe, or in electricity, energy. God, or Almighty, did need to create everything, from scratch. Everything from scratch. That's why God is great, Hey. So basically, to have a constant flow of energy, God made from scratch. To have a constant flow of energy, God had to make from scratch life from nucleus. So basically, scientifically, to bring life from nucleus, or to get energy from nucleus, God had to create a neutron pole, a neutron that represent the neutral pole, and had to create a proton that is the positive pole, and electron finally that represent the negative pole. And all this joined quantum together, this quantum organ is all joined together, makes our universe, our energy of universe, or life on earth, of earth. But the puzzle is to know, to try to figure out what is the neutron, and what is the proton, and what is the electron, or what is the neutral pole, and what is the negative pole, and what is the positive pole. So, and the puzzle is that Almighty used the sun, or the sun, or volcanoes, the 40 volcanoes around Earth, to create pressure. And that pressure, which it is, that pressure created the neutron, the neutral pole, which it is the nitrogen gas, as solid gas in poles, and as a gas in a gas state in atmosphere. And he used the seven seas as a source of proton, because as the sea, contain positive poles. And he used the fluorescence of the four crescent, which make up our moon, of the the Arctic and the Antarctic as the negative pole. And like I said, all these quantum organisms work together to make up our, the energy of our life, which make our universe. And basically, so basically, for example, if we had to mess with the seven seas, we will have less proton to make the universe energy. Or if we mess with the pole, with the nitrogen poles or the atmosphere nitrogen, we will mess with the neutrons or the neutral pole. And if we mess with the moon or the fluorescence of the crescent that make up our moon, so we messing with the negative pole or the electron, and this will create an imbalance, and we will mess with our universe existence basically, and we will mess with our, human being and our creator existence. And this is why, in my opinion, it is it is crucial for human being to not mess with the energy that make our universe, that made it and kept it going, God knows how long. Anyway, I think basically, it's getting to 7 minutes. I think basically the video came to the end. And I hope the viewers understood, the viewers understood how God made this universe using the basic concept of electricity, and how God kept it going and will keep it going, for as he wants. Anyway, thank you for listening, and you have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum.